Hello again, lovelies. Let's get this rolling with let's get some music started. Because why not? Thank you guys again for joining me on another week of ABH Talk. It's literally just my excuse to just be in front of you guys. I like to talk about me. um, but no, seriously, it's I really enjoy doing this every week. And for those of you guys who were here last week, I was insanely sick. Um, really terrible timing. Literally, basically got sick right before the stream. So that was tough, super tough. But we made it. We're here. A lot better this week. I can talk. I can breathe. So good things all around. And also for those of you guys who were here last week. I had talked about how I accidentally pick the same shirt every week for my streams. Just completely, like, I need a tank top because I like tank tops, and some of them look good on me. And this week I really tried to be more aware, a lot more conscious. So we're on a different shirt this time. We went from Beartooth the last couple weeks to Black Veil. Hit up the chat and let me know if there's a specific band that you think I would listen to that I own a tank top for that you would like to see me wear. I will try to remember it. I will try to incorporate it. But, I just love to hear from everybody. You guys make this fun for me. Interacting with everybody is what I look forward to in each of my weeks. So thank you guys for joining me each week. For those of you guys who are on Facebook, I'm sure that, Sean, it's to be expected, man. You were hanging out all day. So, I think you were honestly probably driving home while this stream was going on. So, a little harder to tune in and pay attention when you're driving. So, but yeah, no. For those of you guys who are on Facebook, you probably saw that I just introduced a new way to watch the streams. We are officially live on Twitch this week. I'm not expecting much to start. I know Twitch is where a lot of people get their streaming counts and their numbers and stuff up. It's just a little bit easier of an avenue to push something like this. Facebook is garbage at notifying people. YouTube is pretty decent, but it's also very reliant on pre-existing following. It's very tough to build a following from YouTube. So I wanted to branch out and expand a little bit more, and I just kind of found myself landing on Twitch. So for those of you guys who have Twitch, please feel free to join me on Twitch. I would love to get my follower count up and build that community, because I know Twitch is pretty good. And the reason I know it is good at notifying people is I am subscribed to a small handful of accounts on there, and it notifies me every time those guys go live. So hello. Just gonna be lurking. Please continue to lurk. Lurk about anywhere, everywhere, all the time. Just lurk about. Just lurk it out. But yeah, so I decided to do Twitch just as an alternative. I'm very excited about it. It's my first time actually doing a stream on Twitch. Each week I try to find a way to make this better, more interactive for you guys, because I hate people who get on here and they just do nothing, and I'm not just talking about Twitch. This every live stream platform in general. There's so many platforms that I am a part of that these guys just get on here and they're like, yeah, check out my live, and then they sit there like, who wants that? Like, if you're watching a live stream, you want engagement. You want somebody to, keep you engaged. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, that'd be sick. I've got a bunch left. Yeah, I mean they're selling, but physical media is a very hard push in today's society. Where everything is digital. So when people do buy these records, I am forever grateful. By people buying these records, it means that I'm able to make more music videos. I'm able to order more merchandise. And two, the more stuff like this I sell, the more I can kind of sell myself to other people. I can tell like venues like, hey, we sold this many copies of the debut record. Here's what Spotify streams look like. I'm just able to sell myself more as a product with more engagement. So, like, thank you guys. Dude, my hair's not doing what I wanted to do today. It was very humid, so it did not stay the way I styled it today. It's very annoying to me. Dude, I hope physical's on the comeback, man. I'm a big collector. As you guys can probably see here, I collect a lot of things. Like that whole like bottom section is like all my different like miscellaneous like board games and party games and stuff because nerd. But then like I've got my statues and other stuff here. Funko Pops, and then up there too is like the only like 3 pieces of sealed TCG that I own. Some Stranger Things memorabilia, My Hero Academia. For those of you guys who know me, super big fan of MHA. Actually, there's some songs and stuff on the record that made reference to MHA. There's also, and this is gonna sound dumb, and a lot of you guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But at the time I was in studio working on this record, a film by Sony Productions had come out. Some of you guys are going to be well aware of this film, but K-pop Demon Hunters had come out, and great film. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The animators did a great job. Everybody that worked on that project, all the artists and stuff, the music, and it was a 10 out of 10. Like they knocked that shit out of the park. But I was listening to a lot of that music because it had just come out, and a friend of mine was obsessed, and she got me obsessed. My wife was obsessed. Like we all just kind of became very obsessed together. And so I was just listening to this soundtrack record on repeat, and I found a lot of inspiration with some of the lyrics. This is what it sounds like. I just remember waking up one morning, and the hotel we were staying at was about, I'd say 20 to 25 minutes out from the studio that I was working with. And I got up that morning and I was like, what is the soundtrack? What's going to get me the most hyped up to get into the studio? And normally it's a Black Veil record. Like usually I will put on any Black Veil Brides that I can think of. Usually there's a song that kind of sets the mood. Like the day that I was working on the cover of Sweet Blasphemy that was put on the record, I was listening to the We Stitch These Wounds album just on repeat, pretty much the entire night before, the entire drive to the studio, things of that nature, because I wanted to put myself in that mentality. Johnny boy! I wanted to put myself into that mentality. Like I wanted to know how did Andy Biersack feel in studio working on his record. And so it really helped a lot actually, because I mean like listening to those songs and feeling those emotions, I just a whole lot of like just really getting into it in the studio. Like I was able to put so much more emotion into it, because it was almost like listening to it for the first time, with all those emotions and everything flooding into me at the time I was working on the record. So the one morning we woke up and I was like, what's the soundtrack to my morning? And I had just found that my playlist from the drive over to the hotel that we were staying in was still on K-pop Demon Hunters. And so I was like, fuck it, what better way to start my morning? And I was listening to This Is What It Sounds Like, and the lyrics and the raw emotion of that song was just like, yeah, like this is the kind of emotion that I'm trying to put into this record. Um, so I had decided to kind of really lean into that emotional side and just kind of let it all go. And I'll be honest, I had the best day of screams that I think I've ever had in my life, because I went into the studio with this mentality of like everything that had kind of hurt me, and built up these lyrics to these songs. Um, I just went in there pissed at the world, and for no reason. I mean, it was just like it's a catharsis. Like when you get into studio and you start working on these songs and these records and whatever else, it is literally a means to. I know a lot of people, say like music is self-expression, like, and to a degree, absolutely. There's definitely a big part of it where it's um, therapy, self-healing too. Um, there's so much that goes into it, and I've really chosen to let my emotions take over on the music side of things. So that's just kind of a little bit of an insight to the record. I really hope that when you guys listen to it, you find songs that you really latch onto, and that you just somebody who's been through that situation, or you felt that way. Like there's a connection between you and the music that I put out. Because that's honestly the sole purpose of why I started making music in the first place. It wasn't for like money or fame or power or any of the other bullshit that these guys will tell you that they're in it for. Yeah, I mean, granted, like those are nice perks. If that happens, like if I can become famous and I can make money off of this and people know my name, it's huge. Like I'm going to love that. Like Hercules, the Disney film. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with that. I've always kind of connected with Go the Distance, because that is a song that I feel encompasses how I view myself, how things are. It's just one of those things that God, like I will know I've made it. People will say, instead of being that weird kid that nobody liked, that nobody wanted to sit with or hang out with, I'm going to just do what I want. I will be that guy who's made it. People are gonna say my name. They're gonna be excited about me. So I really hope that that this connects with you guys in some capacity. Hell yeah, dude. It's actually, I think it's one of my favorite songs on the record. I have a really hard time picking. The biggest problem is I made it. Like, so there's so many of these songs that I love and hate. And Anti-Hero is just one of those songs that I really wrote as just a snotty fuck you send-off. So it's literally one of those, like, I'm going to prove you wrong. Everything that you've ever said about me is not true. I'm strong. I am powerful. I know what I'm doing. Like, it's an anthem for the losers, the degenerates, the rejects, the people who've been just shit on their entire life. That's why I wrote that song. So, dude, I would absolutely love that. Like, if you wrestled and that was your entrance, like, dude, absolutely. Please feel free to use any of the songs. I think we talked about that last week. Any of the songs that you want to use, man, please. I would love that. Growing up, I was always a big fan of wrestling. I actually have a Hardy Boy. God, it's so hard to show some of this stuff from the angle that my camera's at. But I was a huge fan of the Hardy Boys. Jeff kind of set the pace for me. Like, he was a musician, he was an artist, he was a long-haired weirdo. Like, this guy was just larger than life. He was the charismatic enigma. So I mean, if I could find a way to intertwine with the wrestling community to some degree, dude, I would absolutely love that. Like insanely. Nothing would make me happier. Um, Sorry, I'm distracted now. I'm checking to make sure that I'm not missing any of the stuff from any of the platforms. Or what is happening here? My YouTube tab was screwed up. Um, I try to keep all the tabs open to each of the stream locations, just to make sure that I am not missing anything. You know, I always felt bad when I was a kid too. Speaking of the Hardys, because like to me, Jeff shined so bright to my little kid mind, that Matt almost didn't even like cross my mind. Like I almost did not care about his existence. He was great. I loved the tag team. I loved the dynamic. But like Jeff was it, man. He was a hero to me. And you know, then like as a kid, you find out like this guy is on drugs and this and that, and you're just like, no, it's not true. Tell me it's not true. That this pure hero of a man. Oh my god. But no, it was all true, and I mean he owned up to it. And he fixed his mistakes, and I mean that I think speaks more volumes than anything else. I guess I should get into why I'm here and start signing some of these records this week. And again, too, as always, if anybody has any questions or wants to, I go over this every week. It doesn't have to be a music question. It does not have to be any kind of like important question, but to any means. Oh well, you know, it can literally just be anything. Yeah, dude, their rivalry and stuff, like their whole like beef that they had, I feel like that was really when they set themselves apart from one another for sure. Yeah, no, again, I go over this every week. If you guys have any questions, it can be anything. I do not mind. It could literally be like, what color is the sky? And I will answer you. I can't guarantee that a question like that I'll give a serious answer to. But I will give an answer nonetheless. So any of those questions that you guys have, the burning questions, to be fair too, please feel free to ask me any questions about music. I know I said it doesn't have to be that, but I truly love sharing my experiences and my stories about the music industry. I feel like the little bit of experience that I have had to be in this business, I've developed a lot of fun stories. So don't mind me just drinking on camera. It's not drinking. It's Powerade. Blue Powerade. I wasn't a big purple kick, but yeah, then they were out of purple, so I got blue. And isn't that weird that we quantify sports drinks by their colors? Like this flavor is actually called mixed berry, and I guarantee you the purple one is great. But to me, it's purple, blue, red, like just colors. I guess a question for you guys is, do you call your fruity sports drinks by their names or by the color? Burning minds need to know. Everybody in the chat needs to know what you call your fruity sports beverages. But again, part of the reason that we're here every week is this is an album booklet for the official All Black Horizon debut record. with special thanks and everything in the back. I made this thing as professionally cash money as possible. I looked at several books from several artists that I've idolized over the years and looked at the structure and what they put into it and how they built it, because I, more than anything, want to be taken seriously as an artist. I don't ever want to put out a product that you guys look at and think is childish or bad or anything else. I want you guys to look at the things that I put out and the things that I do, and I want you guys to say, like, that's it. That's professional. Like, you did a good job. And so put a lot of work into that bad boy. And because we put so much work into it, I'm putting the extra mile of love into it. And I am hand signing and numbering every record that I have for sale, 1 through 100. And we're selling them. We're selling them, baby. We're doing it. I need a album for reference though, because man, my signature has changed so much. Yeah, no, we're doing it. Power rated duos. You do grape and melon. I would like to do so you're a mix and match kind of guy. You're the kind of like sociopath that will go into a restaurant and hit the on every single drink that they have there. I got you. I get it. Respect. See, that is weird. To me, it's their colors. They're like, I feel like you ask most anybody, and they will tell you that they call their fruity sports beverages by the color. I see we've got some new people popping up in the chat. I cannot see names as you guys enter. I do seriously apologize for that. I try my best to keep up with welcoming everybody that I possibly can. I am still very new to the world of streaming, but welcome. To those of you guys who are new entering the chat, please tell us. Burning Minds need to know. Tell us in the chat. What do you call your fruity sports beverages? To me, this is blue. This is blue Powerade. But to some of you, it will be called mixed berry. It doesn't make sense. See, I knew you. I knew it. I knew you were that guy. But nothing wrong with that, man. Not a thing wrong with that. Okay. So, we're at 81 out of 100. So, that means we have 19 more of these to go. Which also means I need to know from you guys, would you guys like to see the live streams continue after all said and done, after we're done signing records? Or are you guys just like, no, fuck you, please stop, you've embarrassed yourself enough? What is your guys' thoughts on the weekly lives? I'd love to hear it. I know it might be a tough time frame. Is there a better time frame that people think would work better for them? Please, Burning Minds need to know. Let me know what's in the haps. See, John, you get it. Blue drink, blue. Literally, whenever we're doing groceries, my wife will ask me, "Do you want blue? Do you want purple? Do you want red?" Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad to know that there's some of you guys that enjoy this and that are, tuning in every week. And please do me a favor. Please follow, subscribe, share. We can really grow this thing if we're doing it on all platforms, on all cylinders. And following and subscribing, make sure that those notifications are turned on, because that lets you know, hey, he's live, he's doing it. I genuinely look forward to this with you guys every week. I'll be honest, like it is a lot of work. There is some weeks that I've been like, man, I gotta do this, but like I do enjoy it. But it's the capacity of doing anything that you love. Eventually, like you do start to treat it like work, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's work is, as long as I will say to the people who say, as long as you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, that's bullshit. Like, if you love what you do, you're working even harder than anybody else to achieve that. So, like, it is work. No matter what, it is work. God, counting is not my, like, forte when I'm taking a break in between to double check every time. I lose track so freaking much. It's ridiculous. Is anybody watching any good shows? Any recommendations? Currently, my wife and I are watching the Fallout series. We'd watched the first season when it came out. We fell in love with it. And then the second season came out, and we were all over it. Like, we were so excited. But we had to go back through and rewatch the first one because we wanted to, like, 100% make sure we knew what was happening. So there's that. And to anybody watching on Facebook, I do 100% apologize if I'm missing you at all. For some reason, Facebook doesn't show through in the chat the way that all the other platforms do. So if any of you guys tagging in from Facebook want to swing on over to Twitch or YouTube or anything else and join our chat there, that'd be awesome. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Talking and doing this is what I love to do. Dude, Sean, I recommend it, man. It's great. Dude, it's tough, man. Music has always been the biggest thing in my life. Like, I love it more than anything in the world. And dude, let me tell you, there was some mornings I woke up while I was working in the studio, and I wanted nothing more than to pack it up and go home, get some sleep. But it's like I told myself, like, you wanted this more than anything, so you've got to work harder than anybody. I like to compare it to being like the president or something. If that's your goal, your aspiration, your dream. And this is actually in reference to Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley said something like this back in the day. If you're lucky enough to be the president, if you're lucky enough to get that dream job, you can't complain that you have to wear a tie. And I just kind of keep that mentality every time I'm doing something. Whether it's these streams, making a record, playing a show, doing setup or teardown, or even just social media posts. Because social media posts, they get to be taxing for sure. Keeping up with stuff that people will want to engage with is quite possibly one of the hardest things to do. Being a musician is, I will say, probably simultaneously one of the best and worst things that I've ever decided to do with my life. The best because it's the most fulfilling to sit and look at the music that I've made and the shows that I've played or the things that I've done, and be like, yes, I did it. That was me. This is incredible. This is amazing. But the worst because the insane levels of like disappointment that you feel, because not everybody's going to give a fuck about what you do. Like, unfortunately, that is the long and the short of it, the black and the white. There's going to be people that I meet that I tell them I'm a musician, and they're just going to laugh in my face. They're going to tell me, like, wow, why would you do that? Like, you must be terrible because you're a local musician. Or, you just have people that ignore you entirely. Like, it is very hard to get any level of credibility, which is why no matter what, you just have to keep at it and keep consistency. Like, I will keep doing these lives until the day there's nobody here to watch them, and then some. It could just be me sitting here talking to myself, and I'd still be doing it because I want people to acknowledge that it's not silly, and it's not something to be ignored. Like it's um, the storm is coming, and we're gonna take it all the way as far as we can. So that's just a little bit of mantra for you, I guess, is never give up, no matter how shitty things may seem. Because all it takes is like, for me, for instance, like with starting Twitch, all it takes is like one Twitch raid or something like that, where people see, oh, this guy does music. Like I like this music. I'm connecting with it, and then these guys share it with their friends. Their friends share it with their friends, and it just continues to grow. Uh, Thank you. I'm glad to know that at least no matter what, we can keep the lights on this thing, even if it's just you and I. Which, I mean, I guess at that point, isn't it just like a Skype call? Like a one-sided Skype call, I guess. Um, which that would be wild. Like, could you imagine like back in the days of Skype, like it was just you, like essentially talking to yourself, and the other person was just gone. For those of you guys who are fans of the genre and are into the same kind of music that I am, there are quite a few amazing releases out there right now. Motionless in White just dropped, in my opinion, their best track to date, Afraid of the Dark. If you guys are metal listeners, please. Yeah, basically, actually, John, that's what it would be. It would be a Teams call, for sure. But for those of you guys who are fans of like the metalcore scene, go and check out Afraid of the Dark. You will not regret it. Dark Divine also just dropped the new track. That track is pretty insane. I haven't completely warmed up to it yet. I love those guys. I love their music, but it's not quite like my jam yet. I haven't really talked about it yet, but Black Veil Brides actually dropped a new single not too long ago, and it took me a while to warm up to. I didn't really like it at first, but I found myself falling in love with it, and it's actually like actively on my rotation. I also plan to maybe incorporate it into a future set. I've been trying to incorporate a lot of new music in, like Sleep Token. Sleep Token, I'm trying to get a couple of their songs put into the set list. I know a few of my friends are pretty obsessed with Sleep Token. They're very excited about the fact that they could potentially see some of their songs live, even if it's not Vessel. Johnny Boy, I tried my best to make it the best. I really did. I tried for you. But my handwriting sucks, brother. I'm sorry. Right? That was the one that you wanted, was 88. I'm not making that up. For some reason, I'm just actively associating you with. I mean, I guess it's 88 is in your name, so I'm assuming I'm right. I hope I'm right. If I'm not right, set me straight, please. Set the record straight. There it is. I remembered. See, I'm not a total fuck up. I get stuff right sometimes. All right, guys. I have one more record to do, and then we are like Shania Twain out of here. But before I go, please hit me with those questions, those comments. Any like parting words of wisdom. Even a blind squirrel is right twice a day. Just hit me with anything. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear it. Where is it? Let's listen to this one. Try to keep that momentum moving. thanks again for everybody for coming and sitting through the stream. I really appreciate you guys. Please remember, if you can, if you are willing to, share my streams, share my profiles. Help me get my name out there. Let's make this thing great. One day I want to have this completely filled with people. Like, I love to do this stuff for you guys. I really want to build this community, and I can't do it without you guys. It's illegal to lick doorknobs on other planets. That is true. See, he gets it. So for those of you watching, no, it's illegal to lick doorknobs on other planets. A blind squirrel is right twice a day. I am going to. Oh. Dude, do you have a contact? If you have a contact for the venue, man, hit me up, because if I can give them a call and they're up for it, like I'd definitely try to make something happen. I really want to get like as much of like a tour together as I possibly can. So any venues and any other places that I can get in touch with and push myself, I would absolutely love to. I mean, I guess the biggest thing too is with it being Alaska, just kind of planning accordingly on finances and stuff. Like, if they paid me enough to just make airfare, I would do it. Easy money. I would absolutely do it. Just because it's fun, it's exposure. I mean, even if it's literally just me playing to a room full of Johnny Boy, and that's it. It's worth the flight up. Like, one person is enough to make a show. But no, I would love to. I would love to come and play out in Alaska. Shit, I'll throw a backyard party. Like, give me enough support. I'll throw a backyard party legally, maybe, hopefully. That might be a bad idea. My neighbors have babies, and it would be loud, very loud. I would feel bad waking up my godchildren, and also too, I would probably get punched with love, obviously, because like when you're really friends with people, they can hit you with love. Here it is. 90 of 100. I hate trying to get close up with this thing. Here we go. Just gotta hold it at a stupid angle. Nope. But why am I? Oh, I like this better. Why haven't I been doing this from the beginning? But yeah, no, we just wrapped up on 90, and it is a sick. Thanks, Johnny Boy. It is a little after 8. I actually went over on my time. I'm trying to keep scheduled pretty well with Twitch. I don't know what the recommended time frame is. I mean, obviously, the longer you're on, the higher chance you have of getting, a Twitch raid or things like that. So, it'd probably be better to be here a little bit longer. But I got a wife, and I hate to say I have a life because I just feel like I don't. But as always, thank you again to everyone for tuning in and checking out the stream. I would not be able to do this every week without you guys, so thank you so much. Be on the lookout for updates on anything All Black Horizon, whether it's new music videos, album sales, merch sales, anything. Just keep your eyes out for it. Make sure you are following on all platforms, your preferred streaming platforms, your social media platforms. Anywhere you can find. I'm gonna take over the world with this one. I won't stop until I'm dead. I'm gonna keep pushing it for you guys, and it's gonna be a great time. So, again, as always, thank you guys. Take care of each other. Stay safe, and we will see you all next week.